Hello, welcome to today's video. It's Saturday and we have a really busy day, starting with a dump run, then we're going clam digging and milk rocks, and then gotta do some birthday shopping because we're hosting a birthday party tomorrow at our house. And then also gotta do some cleaning. I want to pressure wash the house, get the backyard in order, probably have to mow, so on and so forth. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here, start the video. I'm gonna go make some breakfast before we do a dump run. And yeah, I have something to talk about because it's still weighing on me and I'm very frustrated about it. And I kind of want to know if I'm in the wrong or what, but I'll get to that later. So let's go make some breakfast. Okay, so the thing that I'm frustrated about from last night's practice is, so what happened was, so I'm a middle school coach, so junior high track coach. And I coach 7th and 8th graders. And I'm the only coach, and I have 37 individuals. About like 25 of them showed up yesterday. Well, there's this older gentleman from the community that will show up and help coach as well. And he volunteers his time. He's nobody's parent there. He can't convince his grandkids to do it, so he just shows up because he loves track. He goes to shot put every time. Well, yesterday, so he was at shot put, so I went to discus. And yesterday, one of my athletes' parents showed up, and there was 2 other people with them, and I didn't know who these people were. And they're over there teaching her the glide, and I was like, they should really teach her how to do a better standing throw, and then get stronger and throw further before she moves to glide. I don't think any of my athletes are ready to move to the glide. And it might be my coaching, it might be the fact that it's junior high season and it's only 10 weeks and a lot of these kids are like brand new to the sport. For reference, I've done track since 7th grade. I'm 27 now, and I did it in college at a D2 college. And so I know the shot put. I'm actually very technical and I can see form very well. And yeah, this particular athlete I've tried to coach, and I'll be like, no, you shouldn't. Like, she'll do like a bunch before discus. She'll like, I don't know if you see, she'll like go like this like 6 times at least. And I've said like, hey, you shouldn't do that as much because you're wasting a lot of energy and creating more movement that can throw your throw off. And she's like, I like doing it this way because then I can get my momentum. I was like, you're really not getting momentum. You're just wasting energy and putting more variables into your throw. She's like, well, I like doing it this way. So I'm like, all right, whatever, you do you, you know. I'll coach you if you want to be coached. I'll let you do your thing if you don't want to take my coaching. It's junior high track, not that big. Well, yesterday, so practice is over at 5:15. There's this other person who coaches high school that will come help with the middle school. He showed up at the end of practice, and it was 5:15. I was like, shoot, I hope they're not here for another hour because like we gotta get going. Like, we gotta pick up my stepdaughter. We live an hour away anyway. And there was a soccer clinic going on, and he was like, oh no, soccer coach got it. Like, they'll lock it up. They got a clinic, so don't wait for them by any means. And I was like, oh, okay. And then she had her father there, and then 2 other people. And I was like, all right, well, I'll go lock up the gym. And my other coach goes, oh no, I got that. You go take care of your greenhouse. So I did. Well, I was probably right about the time we were leaving. I didn't check my phone. But she goes, and I'm just going to say her daughter. I'm not going to put her name into it. But she goes, my daughter was locked out of the gym and her things are in there. And then another text message, is anybody there that can come let her in? And then she goes, no one came and checked in with her. And I go, is she still at the school? And she said, yeah, she has softball practice in the play shed and her dad is with her. And I go, well, hold back. And I say, sorry about that. Taz said I was good to go because soccer coaches were there. And she goes, okay, understand that, ? But I feel that one of you, in parentheses, track coaches, should have checked in with her. I'll edit that out. With her. She could have grabbed her things and this could have been avoided. Thank you for coming back. And that just rubbed me the wrong way. And so I took a lot of time to decide what to say. It probably took me 15 minutes to be respectful, not facetious, and like give a good solid response. But I blatantly responded, practice is over at 5:15. In the future, if she's going to be later than 5:15 and have her dad and other people coaching her, she could take her stuff to the track shed with the rest of the team. She goes, thank you for the clarification. I do have a follow-up question. Would this still be the same response if her father and other family members that were there today were not at practice? And it was just her continuing to practice to know a future. And then she also said, to know for the future. And I go, practice ends at 5:15 and has always ended at 5:15. I understand that not all athletes can be picked up by 5:15. So I allow athletes to practice for as long as they like. Today her father was there, and soccer had a clinic, and the shed would be open for her to use/put away implements. If her father was there, I would not have left. I cannot leave until all athletes are either picked up or have a parent/guardian there. She wouldn't be able to continue to practice if she was there without an adult. Typically, I have to ensure that the shed gets locked up before I leave. However, soccer also uses the shed, so it's also a last one to leave, locks it up type of thing. So had she been the only one out there with no adult, I would legally be required to be out there until she was picked up and to lock the shed. I also would not have left if the other coach did not tell me to leave. And then I said, he was the one that locked the gym, by the way, not me. And then I said, I'm all for athletes getting as much practice as they want. However, it's Friday. I have to go pick up my stepdaughter from an hour and a half away, and she had her father there. But yes, she would also be able to take her stuff to the track shed if her father was not there. And I mean, I feel like that was a good enough response, but it's just like, I don't know. If you're a coach, do you let parents or other people come coach? Like, it hasn't been a problem, but also she hasn't had her stuff locked in the gym. And last Friday, it was like 5 already, and I go, hey, it's almost about time to leave. And she goes, okay, well, I want to practice some more. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I'll watch you for as long as you want to throw. I'm just letting you know, like, it is almost 5:15, so like we're almost done. And then she goes, I think I'll be done now. And then goes to the gym and so on and so forth. And it's kind of funny because I was in the gym trying to get everybody out of the gym because kids like to just hang out there. And then she was sitting in front and she was on the phone with her dad and was like, they were talking and I heard him be like, you got to get reps in. And then she stopped talking. And then he like said again, like, you have to get reps in. And then she just stopped talking and then didn't start talking again until I left. So I feel like she was saying that I told her that it was time to go, when in reality it was, I'll be here as long as you like, I'll coach you for as long as you're going to throw. And then she decided herself that she wasn't going to throw. And it's just frustrating because it's like, the people that were coaching her yesterday were telling her more advanced things than she's ready for, basically. Like, I feel like she should have a solid stand throw. She throws about 20 feet. A 6-pound shot, 20 feet. I feel like they should throw probably 25 feet before they're ready to move on. And I don't know, she's just not very structurally sound and fundamentally sound. So it's like, I'm not trying to hinder their development. I'm trying to set them up for the best possible progress. But also, like, she also wasn't listening to me coaching, but she was listening to her family member. So it's kind of like, it just hit me a bit sideways. Like, maybe ask before you invite random people to coach your daughter. Or, here's an idea. I know your daughter has her own shot put in discus. So, how about you don't coach her on my time, coach her on your own time. You know, if she really truly wants it, she should be practicing more than the hour and a half we have anyway. But anyway, that's my spew. That's what kept me up at 4:30 in the morning, because I've been up since 4:30 in the morning. But anyway, I don't want this whole video to be ranting, and it's probably already about 10 minutes long. So I will cut to what we're doing next. I probably won't film a lot of the clam digging because we're clam digging with my brother and his kids, so I don't really want to put them on my channel out of respect for them. I know they do their own social media stuff on Instagram, but yeah, just out of respect. Plus, I don't want to tell anybody about this channel because that's just not that's just not what I do. Anyway, that's frustrating for me. If you're a middle school coach, give me your input. Do you let parents show up? Like, it hasn't been a problem, but also the way she was responding was kind of sideways. And I'm like, look, I'm here for your kid. While I do get paid some money, it's not nearly enough for the time I put in for your child. So, I could have just said, oh, well, that sucks. And yeah, anyway, maybe I'm being too sensitive. Maybe I'm just offended that they invited someone else out, disregarding my experience, my knowledge, my coaching. Well, and I Googled it, and it said, generally, you shouldn't have parents at practice because it can undermine the coach's authority. It can cause not a great environment, productive environment. But anyway, I'm going to move on. We got to go to the dump. We're going to go clam digging. We're going to do a lot of things today. So, sorry for the rant. Alright, well, we're home now. We went to the beach. We got a few clams. Not that much. Yeah, I think we just got there at a bad time. But we're home now. I'm gonna pick up dog poop, mow, and then after I mow, I'm gonna see how bad it is over where I want to put the play place. If it's not too bad, I'll put the play place there. If I need to dig up some more blackberry bushes, I will. But yeah, I'm gonna find my shovel, my bucket, and we're gonna pick up some poop. So, I don't think I'll film any, but if I do, you'll see it. Alright, so it's the next day. Did a lot yesterday, got a lot done. My husband pressure washed the house and it looks good. I took some video of it, so you probably could see basically what it looked like before. Not all sides were like that. Hey dogs. Hey, go play down there. Hey, get off the porch. Hey, off the... Okay, I'll go somewhere else. Anyway. It didn't look like that on all sides. Like this side of the house, for whatever reason, wasn't too bad. He did pressure wash it as well. But, we hadn't pressure washed. We just got this pressure washer last summer. And then he was working construction, so there wasn't a lot of time to do much of anything. And so we hadn't used it yet for pressure washing the house like we wanted to. But, what was I gonna say? Yeah, anyway, our house was shipped to us from Oregon. I think it was already kind of dirty before it left Oregon. But then once it got here, it was really dirty because, you know, Oregon bugs, whatever else. And then just sitting. But yeah, so then last night we also burned this big pile that's been sitting here for like 3 to 5 years. Did pretty good. I'm gonna pick all this stuff up around it and put it in there later. But anyway, pretty good day. There's still some stuff to do, but this is what our yard's looking like for our party today. Looks pretty good, I think. There's probably some things we should get out of the way, like there's some sticker bush things and everything, but wow, I like it. I like the look of it. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna end this video here, start the next one. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody.